fill my heart with love. You know, I still have not mixed down the last video yet for you.
Slacker.
I know.
Okay. All right. So I don't know about where everybody else lives, but we're about to get some really wicked storms.
Yeah, it's looking pretty cool.
What did you say?
Looking pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you just dropped the F-bomb.
No, but it wouldn't be the first time today that I did.
So anyway, we're gonna make a caponatta. Which caponatta, I don't know if some of you may know, but the main ingredient is eggplant in there, and it's basically a ton of different vegetables. Every Italian family has a different recipe for it. This is just the way I do it. You can totally blend it too, instead of having it, obviously after you sear it and cook it and everything, you can blend it and make it like kind of almost like a dip, or you can have it this way. So basically it is a side dish. It can be a main dish. It can be served cold. It can be served hot. It's pretty much whatever you want to do with it. It's a lot of different ingredients.
And where do we get the produce?
So all the produce is from Fresh House Produce.
Farmhouse.
Farmhouse. My God, guys.
God, wow. What? Really?
I'm just
really?
not. I swear, this week and last week, my mind has been like all over the place. Hey, Cheryl. So we're gonna start with the eggplant. I'm gonna teach you guys a quick little tip with this. A lot of people don't like eggplant because they feel like it's too bitter, or they don't like the skin off of it. So what you're gonna do, so when you cut an eggplant in half, you have the seeds in there, right? This is what makes an eggplant bitter, are these seeds. So what you wanna do is you wanna remove the seeds, you know, as much as you can out of there.
I did not know that the seeds made it bitter.
Yeah, some of them, I mean, a lot of eggplants don't have too many seeds, so you kind of want to go around and just, you know, you don't want to waste everything. Or there's another thing that you can do too, is you can chop it all up, put it in a colander, put some salt on it, and just let it sit and drain, so all that will come out.
Does that kind of work the same way that like potatoes do, where it just kind of sucks up the salt?
Right, so with eggplant, that's how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop them up into little like cubes. Now Rick has celery going, we have red peppers that we got from Farmhouse Produce, we got our onions, and our eggplant like I showed you guys.
What's the deal with Farmhouse? They're
actually on right now. Hi guys.
Hey.
So I don't know if you guys want to do a little like Q&A, like how you guys work. Maybe you guys can jump on with us. I don't know if they would want to. Just to like, maybe you can ask them, we can ask you guys some questions.
That'd be cool.
You know, and then see how, so it can inform people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was a pretty cool box that we got. I mean, you know, it was
fruits and vegetables.
A whole bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And Jersey fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, I really want.
Really
do you guys want to jump on real quick? Let me know if they want to jump on, then I'll invite them.
Okay.
So we can chat with you guys.
And that's over on Roberta's Instagram if you're not.
Yeah, so Rick is live on his Facebook right now, but whoever is on there, if you want to hop on to Instagram, see if they want to jump on with us.
You know, you didn't do the important part here.
Oh, my cheers.
Yeah.
Ugh. God, we all know we need a little bit of this sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. Do you have a bowl or something you want me to put this in? All right. They said absolutely. So how do you do that? You invite them?
All right. So let me see. Oh, wait. Go live. All right. Let's see.
Here we go.
All right. Let's see if they'll join in, and then we can ask them some questions and stuff like that. So I know when they came over, I missed them that day. So keep an eye out, Rick, if they jump on.
Okay, it's connecting.
Okay.
You grabbed me that bowl?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Still says connecting. Hope it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not. So, I can mix it.
All right, we're waiting to see if they get on, if they connect, so we can ask them a couple of questions to see how they work with the delivery service and everything. I mean, you're getting organic, fresh produce delivered to you, which I think, in my opinion, is the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you could tell it was like fresh too, because you know,
my gosh,
the lettuce still had the dirt on it from when they pulled it out, which is fantastic. That means it was, you know, pulled right before it was sent.
Right. All right, so like I said, pull out the seeds of your eggplant. This is what causes bitterness if you don't like that bitterness. Farmhouse is unable to join. That's so weird. Let's try it one more time.
All right.
Let's see. Might be reception too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, there it goes.
Connecting.
That's what it was doing before.
I know.
I don't know. You got signal. Looks like you got signal.
Okay.
Hey, with your, you took the,
I mean, if we can't connect, I mean, obviously, and of course I have a call coming in. That doesn't help. I had a call coming in too. That didn't help. But if anybody has any questions, maybe we can just ask, and then you guys can like type it and see, see if that works.
I'm curious as to how long they've been in business, you know.
All right, well, let's see.
All right,
It says connecting.
Do you want the full onion cut?
Yeah, let's do the whole onion. Because the onion will break
What's
down.
up,
It'll
Phil?
melt down pretty well, so. Okay.
I'm excited.
So, like I said, I'm just cubing these up. The smaller, obviously, the cubes, the quicker it'll cook, too.
It wouldn't connect again. It just said connection
Oh,
failed.
really?
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on. Keep having technical difficulties. That's so weird. All right, well, let's ask you guys some questions then. We'll do like a little Q&A.
I mean, you could try for third time's a charm.
All right, let's try one more time. You never know. All right, let's try. Let's try one more time. Fingers crossed.
Hey, Carol. So I'm excited. I mean, baseball finally started for my guys, the Little League.
Yeah.
Got my team going.
All right, so so this is basically a vegetarian dish too. Actually, maybe even vegan at this point because you're not really adding anything. But I'm gonna add some anchovy paste because I love anchovies.
Well, that's not vegan, right?
Well, that's what I just said. It could be vegetarian, pescatarian at this point. So third time wasn't the charm. Oh, come on! And it says connecting.
All right. Well, Farmhouse Produce is on Roberta's Instagram. So if we have any questions,
so if you guys have any questions, yeah. So you want to ask them your question, see what they answer, and then we can kind of like.
Which
post
one?
this?
I've got millions of questions.
Well, right. What you just said. What you just said.
Oh yeah. Well, so how long have you guys been doing this? You know, it's the first time I've heard of it, but Roberta's in those circles and everything. So, how long you guys been in business?
See what they say.
Because the box, I mean, if you saw Roberta's Instagram, the box is fantastic, the stuff that's in it.
Oh my gosh. So I posted that up. And you guys can head over to Farmhouse Produce on Facebook. But they're on Facebook too. So you guys can go over there too. We've been working on this for close to a year now.
Oh, wow. So you guys have been doing it for under a year, which is amazing because the first year is the hardest to get business going. And, of course, 2020. So, more power to you for being able to get going and doing all this. But,
yeah.
I mean, sure. I think the one thing that we can all agree on is that during all these quarantine things and everything, food just brings us together.
It really does. I think this idea too, like you said, starting a business at this time wouldn't probably be the smartest thing, but look at what they're bringing the delivery service to you. So you don't even have to go to the supermarket,
and it was quick too. Was that next day?
Yeah, the next day. And the thing is, when you do order, like, they'll give you a calendar date with all that stuff.
Okay. You sure you want all this onion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What was your question?
Okay, so what I want to ask you guys, if you can just put this out there, there's 3 different boxes, correct? There's a small, medium, and a large, I think, from what I saw. Is it just like a random thing where people get to pick different vegetables and fruits? Can you just do straight fruit? Can you just do just vegetables? If you could just like explain that too, that would be awesome.
There's some,
well, this is all going to be my IG live, so this is all going to be saved.
Yeah.
So if if people on Facebook want to come back and watch this, they can see all the questions.
I'm going to post the video on YouTube like we do with everything else. Although I was saying earlier, I slacked off on editing the last one, so I'm a little behind.
All right, so I have the eggplant sauteing with just olive oil, a little bit of olive oil. You don't want to put much in there. You kind of want to give it a little bit of crispiness. Hey, Moser.
Hey. What's going on? All right. So I got that. What happened to the? Oh, here it is. Pepper.
So
this was from Farmhouse too, right?
That was from Farmhouse too.
All the there was
pretty much every vegetable that I'm using for this was from Farmhouse.
Right.
And I literally, I'm very picky with my fruits and vegetables. They always have to be like, first off, organic, and I love the fact that they were like super fresh and beautiful colors.
Are you using the zucchini that came with it, or the squash?
We are starving. We can if you want. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's in there. I mean it was nice. You know.
All right, so let me try to fit this in here real quick. Now, eggplant when you're cooking has a lot of moisture, so when you're cooking it on the stove top, I mean, if you're roasting it, it's different. But when you're cooking on the stove top, you will actually want to let it do its thing first before you start adding a whole bunch of ingredients in there. So just give it a little bit, let it brown a little bit. Let it draw out a little bit of the moisture.
Did you use a different kind of oil with that?
No.
It smells really good. I mean, there's no onions.
There's no onions. There's nothing in it yet. You just want to give it a nice brown color first. So this whole meal probably takes about 20-25 minutes or so.
It probably takes longer to cut everything than it does anything else.
The way we're gonna serve it is, I'm just gonna have it with like a ciabatta, like a what bread did I get? I got a sourdough bread. Mm-hmm. Just kind of dip it up. I have a little bit of burrata here, which I'm gonna serve it with. Which,
if you don't know what burrata is, it's basically mozzarella cheese
with ricotta
inside. Yeah. So when you cut it open, it just oozes out. It's
okay.
Fantastic.
So he said you can do both. You can fully customize your box by choosing which produce you want, and it will be delivered weekly, bi-weekly, which to me, that's so convenient.
Oh, wow. So you can have a recurring delivery.
Yeah. So can you do it, I guess you could do it monthly too.
Yeah, probably. I mean, what's perfect about it is this time of year with, our garden is pretty much at the end.
For those of us who rather be surprised, we can choose what is freshest for the week. That's I love it because I feel like a mystery box. I love it because I feel like a little kid because it's like, ooh, what are we gonna get? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that was cool. I mean, if you saw the unboxing that we did on Roberta's Instagram, the kids were super excited. Yeah, I mean, we were too, but I mean, the kids were super excited just opening it up and seeing what we got in there because it was a mystery. We had no idea.
Yeah, I love that though. I love it. And like I said, I think it's so convenient during these times too. I mean, I know you can order stuff from the supermarket, but my thing is I'm not a big fan of ordering my food, canned food, fruits and vegetables from a supermarket because I don't know who's actually picking my fruits and vegetables out. It could just be like a random.
You mean for delivery, right?
Yeah, for a young kid that can just be out picking. But when it's from a produce place, I feel like they know what they're looking for.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's obvious.
So. Okay, so just weekly and bi-weekly now. You can also pause and stop subscriptions. For those that want to dip their toes in water, there's, a one-time option, which, to me, try it out. I've actually spoken to my in-laws and everything about this and, friends and family. Try it out once, see how you like it,
And use was your discount code still available?
I think it's still available, right? Homemade Delish was the discount code, so if anybody wants to use that. All right, so I'm going to show you guys real quick. This is what you're looking for when you're browning. So this is the eggplant here. So you kind of want this coloration right here before you start to add other components to it.
You want me to cut this up?
Yeah, why not?
Now, I don't know, was this the one, we had one from the garden too.
No, this is the one that they sent us.
Okay.
Perfect size, I think, so just cube that up too, and we're gonna add that.
Okay.
So that's the fun thing with the caponata is that you can add any kind of vegetable that you want. Some people even add olives. We're gonna add capers. You can add other different vegetables. Now in Italy, the reason why they do this dish is because a lot of the vegetables start, if they get too ripe and stuff like that, and you don't want to waste food. And back then, they didn't have a lot of refrigeration, so they would make this kind of stew or relish or whatever you may call it, if you know what caponata is, and they would serve it either on its own as a side dish. You could toss it with pasta, gnocchi, you could do whatever you want with it. So, and it's a super easy dish, and it's pretty healthy too. So.
Yeah, it smells fantastic. Now, what's the difference between this and like a ratatouille? There's not much difference.
I mean,
right?
I guess a ratatouille is like the French version of this. I think there's some different components to it.
Yeah, I mean, you made that, but it's been so long since you made that.
All right.
All right, cool.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to...
We'll have to bring you guys over so you can see.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the onions and the peppers in there. Since, let me just show you guys here, since the eggplant is kind of like this. Now I would recommend using a non-stick skillet just because you don't want to add too much oil because, like I said, the eggplant releases a lot of water, but it also absorbs a lot of oil, which, what did I just say? It releases a lot of water, but it will intake a lot of oil. So we're going to add this in now.
I feel like that's me right now. Like, just like I'm sweating in this kitchen.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can add that in there.
Okay.
Now, like I said before, I'm just going to leave it chunky, but I have made this before and I blended it, and you can make it like a dip, so you can serve it, you know, with...
Like a tapenade?
Yeah, like, you know, when you're having like a cheese board or friends over, it's perfect for a dip. You can serve it with pita bread, you can serve it with regular bread, crackers, it's, you know, whatever you want.
It's nice to have this option. I mean, we're definitely going to be using them again because...
Well, that's what I was just talking to them earlier. I think I'm going to, you know, we were talking about it. I think I might just start using them more and more because I feel like just the freshness of the fruits and vegetables.
Well, and now that
and like
the
I
garden,
said, I'm very picky with that stuff.
Our garden is now pretty much at the end of its life for this year. I mean, you know, it was a rough year. We had the spotted lanternflies. We're hitting it, and but it's getting toward the end. So, you know.
Yeah, we really didn't
running low on.
We really didn't make out too well this year with our own garden.
Yeah, it's the first year in like, I mean, we've had a garden for what, the past 15 years at least, right?
Yeah.
And I just, I mean, this was the first year where we had a bad garden year.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I mean, we've got a couple good things, but.
All right, so I just seasoned it with salt. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper in there too. You can add crushed red peppers in here too if you want. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano leaves. Gives it a little bit of that woodsy, you know, earthy flavor. So just remember, rub it in your paw.
Paw? Your paw? What? What are you talking about?
Guys, I swear this week has been so crazy.
I'll say.
Rub it in your paws.
Apparently
I meant your palm. Oh my goodness, I swear I can't function today.
You need another sip of wine, that's what you need.
I don't think I've had enough of that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, anyway. Alright, so you're just letting all the flavors kind of combine together. Alright, I'm going to add this. So
yeah, I only have a little bit more.
Alright, and we're going to add that yellow squash in here. I'm trying to think of something else to ask you guys too. Oh, so what do you do? Jersey, you do Pennsylvania, obviously. Do you do? What's your regions, pretty much, of where you guys deliver? I know that on your website you can add your zip code, and then it shows if you're in the area or not. So that's
because they didn't used to deliver to PA, right? And
well, I don't know if it was PA. I think they delivered it to Philly, but we're outside of Philly in the suburbs.
Did you just? Yeah, you just seasoned that. That's why I'm like, wow, I smell oregano and everything.
Yeah, I said that.
I know, but you know, I don't listen too well.
Okay, so the other thing that they do traditionally add to this are raisins. I am not a huge fan of cooked raisins.
I love raisins.
Cooked raisins and chunky tomato. Like, I'm not a huge fan, so I like to use crushed tomatoes. South Jersey, Atlantic County, Camden County, and Philadelphia. Okay. So do you plan on adding, like, the suburbs of, like, Philadelphia? You know, because we're in Bucks County. I don't know if you guys are adding that soon, or...
You don't like chunky tomatoes.
Right.
But you like salsa. You like having a little body to the...
You know what it probably is? I don't like... I mean, salsa's a little different because it's not a cooked tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just a textural thing that I don't like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just weird with that. I just don't really...
Well, I mean, you're weird with a lot of things. Look, see, you do this all the time, too. You push this hose right in front of the camera.
Well, it's leaking in my thing. That's why.
It's not leaking in the thing.
Well, anyway. All right, so now that that's going a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit of the anchovy paste. Now, this is optional. You do not have to. But if you've never had anchovy paste, it's not giving you a fishy taste. It's actually giving you a smoky, a little bit of saltiness to it. So it's kind of almost like an umami flavor, which is like a soy or a Worcestershire sauce that you add to certain things. That's what this is going to, oh my God. This is what it's going to do. All right, so I'm just going to add that.
The funny thing, a lot of people don't like anchovies just because they, and we've talked about this before, because they're told, I mean, I know when I was growing up, I was told, oh no, you're not going to like anchovies on pizza because it's a salty fish. If it's done right, it's fantastic. And
I mean, you can always, like, with the paste, it's done. But if you're getting like a fillet, like the little fillets, you can rinse it. You know, you don't have to have it like that.
Well, in Caesar salad, the main ingredient,
Yeah.
or Caesar salad dressing, the main ingredient is anchovy.
Yeah.
Do you need garlic in there?
Yes.
How much?
2 to 3 cloves.
So 3 or 4.
Whatever
heard that.
works. Trying to think of my
I'll do
big
4. I think I might need to oil the drawers a little bit because it's starting to sound like Godzilla when I open them.
Oh yeah. All right, so I put the lid on that. I'm kind of letting it steam up a little bit. I do have it on medium to medium high heat. Like I said, you don't want to have it too watery. I'm just kind of just steaming it just a little bit, just so those yellow squash pieces that we just put in just to get cooked a little bit quicker. We are going to add some crushed tomatoes like this. This is just a little box that they have. If you can find the cans, the small cans work too. If you want to add diced tomatoes, you can add fresh tomatoes. Totally up to you. And then we're going to add some pine nuts in there too.
How you want this garlic cut? You want it Goodfellas razor blade thin?
No, just chop it up. You know, just smash it and then just chop it.
And the soundtrack for this evening is perfect. Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Get the whole
Everybody
Italian vibe.
Everybody needs a little Dean or a little Frank in their life. All right. Have that going. And this is something that can stay in the fridge for like a couple of days. And like I said, you can eat it cold too, which is really delicious.
Blend it.
All right. Yeah, you can blend it.
Yeah, I mean, have it like this and then make the topping on it.
Well, the thing is, you can blend it, right? And like I said, you can serve it on the table, but you can also make it like a sauce, and you can toss it with pasta and stuff. So the next day, so you're using it today, eating it with like bread or whatever, and then tomorrow you can serve it with pasta. Just toss it together. You can serve it as a side dish with like fish or chicken, which goes fantastic too with that.
Oh man, I mean, anybody that knows me knows I love garlic. We're gonna dump that all in there.
Well, it's a big pot too. You know.
Yeah, but even if it was small, I might put the same amount. I mean, I'll be sweating it out of my pores for 3 days, but.
No, you know what's funny is that when you eat granulated sugar, that's when you smell.
Sugar?
Granulated.
What's wrong with you today?
Granulated garlic. Oh my gosh. I think last week and this week, there's something going on in the atmosphere, I swear. There really is.
Yeah,
I think we're all going through it.
I don't know. I haven't had any problems. I mean, no.
Stop it. You haven't?
Nope.
That's a lie.
I never have any problems.
All right.
What am I doing with so the burrata goes on top?
I'm going to show you. So clean that thing off.
Clean this off.
Yeah.
Am I done with this?
Yep.
Okay. Forgive the water.
Okay. So now that this has like steamed up a little bit, I'm going to add my capers in there. Just going to take a couple here. Kind of like drain it out.
I'm gonna just put this over.
This is going to add that little bit of like acidity and tang to it. You can add olives too if you want. You can add both. Nobody's judging you. It's your kitchen.
Well, I guess if you add the olives, right, you cut, you
No, some people
season
add
later.
Some people add both, like olives and capers. You can.
See that?
Yeah. But like I did season it in the beginning, so you just want to try it again throughout, you know.
I love capers. Tony Luke came over to one time and you had these gigantic capers.
They're like, what are they called? They're like
are they Spanish capers?
No, there's a name for them. Now I can't remember. All right.
I don't know, but they were like the size of like a cherry tomato. You know, they were fantastic.
They're caper berries. That's what they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to add this all in here.
Okay.
This is the tomatoes, the crushed tomatoes. You can, like I said, you can have diced tomatoes, you can have crunchy tomatoes. Crunchy tomatoes.
Crunchy tomatoes.
Diced tomatoes.
I think if you have crunchy tomatoes, they might be a little green and probably a little underripe.
Listen, this
Ooh,
isn't.
this is
straight. This is. I'm keeping it real with everybody. This is like, you know. Stop it.
I mean,
there's no editing.
Okay.
There's no editing being done here.
Nope. No, there's not.
All right. So now I'm going to put this on a little bit higher because I want to kind of draw out a lot of that liquid. So I'm just going to let that go for a couple of minutes.
Okay. You know what we could have put in there? We could have put some of the shishitos in there.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you guys. There's a thing called, what they add to this dish.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what this one is. It's a triangle, right?
No, stop it. So you will add a little bit of red wine vinegar, and you're going to add a little bit of sugar because there's a sweet and salty component to this dish. Always, when you make this dish, you always add a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of sugar. That's just the way they make it, and that's just the way I make it too.
Okay.
So,
all right. Sounds good to me.
All right. Do you want to just cut this in half and cut it long ways? And
Yeah,
I'm
can I
going to
use
show.
this board?
Yeah. Just going to grab a little bit of the sugar here.
You can't put it on the...
I just took it off. All right, so I'm going to sprinkle a little, maybe like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. And then a little bit of the vinegar. And this is just the way, I mean, some people even put it in a little pot and boil them together, like the sugar and the vinegar, just to break it down. But I'm just going to put it right in, since we still have some moisture in there and some liquid.
You want it just in half and then lengthwise? What are you making, garlic bread out of this?
Nope.
Oh.
So you're only putting about, so if you're adding 1 teaspoon of sugar, you're adding about 2 to 3 of the red wine vinegar. So you're going to taste it and see, you know, adjust it to your taste, really. Do you smell that? Oh my God.
I do. I love bread like this, like fresh baked.
All right.
What, so just in half and then lengthwise?
Yep. I'm going to show you why.
Okay.
All right. So that's pretty much drawing out all the liquid.
You want both of them cut?
That's fine if you want to do that. I'm actually going to give you this too. A little bit of a handful of parsley. You can just chop that up for me too.
I will get right to that.
Okay.
Did you need any basil?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, it's optional. You can add it, but
Yeah, I don't feel like running out to the garden. It's going to downpour the second that I get out there.
yeah.
Although it looks like it maybe, I don't know, the sky kind of opened up a little bit. And
All right. So usually the squash, they usually don't add squash, but you know, you can do whatever you want. It's like I said, it's like he said actually, it's almost like a ratatouille. All right. I'm gonna add some pine nuts in there now.
I love pine nuts. I could sit there and eat them.
They're very buttery. They're like creamy, you know. And this is just gonna add like a crunch element to it. And this is pretty much done.
All right, are you just using this as a garnish on top?
Just throw it in here, yeah. Well, it's,
I'll throw it right in?
Yep. It's mainly for like a freshness. So when you're adding any kind of fresh herbs like that, it's kind of just gonna brighten up the dish a little bit. All right. And I'm gonna show you guys.
Oh, I know it. Is the bread to soak up the awesomeness that is?
So I'll do one for us, and then I'll do one for, you know, picture purposes so I can put the recipe up for you guys. So what you're gonna do?
Okay.
Not you. You're just gonna stand there. Just showing you, like,
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that. Don't forget, got the burrata too.
That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so you're gonna take it, and I'll show you guys all the colors and everything. I'm gonna try to clean this up here on the side. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
what a day.
Can I switch with you real quick?
Yes.
Just so I can take this one burrata out. Kind of
Like
just.
the smell of this is just, the aroma's fantastic.
It's so good, right?
Yeah, my mouth's watering. And I'm starving. It doesn't help that, you know.
So a lot of you, if you don't know a burrata, it's the mozzarella and then the ricotta inside. So,
See, you said both of those correctly. I mean, you know, something's going right.
so what I'm gonna do is,
See how
You had
slow-
to say
You
it.
see how long it took her to respond to that? Great. I could play mind games with you all night, and I'm pretty sure tonight you're
let's
just out
not
of
do
it.
that.
Why not?
Let's
It's a
try to
lot
be
of fun.
nice.
I am nice. I am nice.
All right. So to do that, you can take that off of the heat for me.
Yes.
Just remove it. Where's my? Oh, here it is. Okay.
All right, you gonna show that?
Okay, my guy.
You gotta get it all.
All right. So then, no, it's not fancy.
No, I know. I'm dying to know what you're doing with the bread here.
Yeah, you're gonna put it here, but no.
Well, that would have been an easier knife for me to cut with. I probably should have done that.
So you're gonna take your bread, your crusty bread. Here's the dish right here with the ricotta, with the burrata, and you're gonna take it and you're gonna leave it like that. So when you serve it, you're gonna scoop it up. So Rick, you're gonna try it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I get to stuff my fat face on the live on camera?
Yeah.
It's great.
All right. So you get a little bit of that burrata, get
Okay.
a little bit of the vegetables.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, that's mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing it too.
I'll
All
do
right.
it too if you want.
All right. I mean, you gotta try it, right? You gotta
Yeah.
have the wine ready. Mm.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, guys. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
I really
I'll see
wish.
you all later.
I really wish I could give you all a bite because it is
It's
so.
really good. Oh man.
It is so delicious. And I'm not just saying it just because I made it, but it is fantastic.
No, it's really good. Did you put
Oh
a
my
piece of the burrata on
I'm
mine?
not gonna keep eating this in front of them, but I really want to take another bite.
I know. It's fantastic.
I am going to post this. Of course, I'll have a nice plate and the recipe and everything for you guys. So
Oh.
cheers to that. You're right there. You burn your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Roof of my mouth is gone.
See
But-
you guys later.